Minecraft Steve was a character I desperately wanted in Smash Bros. Since the day it was announced Minecraft would be coming to the Wii U back in 2015. For that reason, Steve has obviously been not only my favorite addition in Smash Ultimate's DLC, but my favorite new addition to the roster as a whole in Ultimate. With me wanting this character for so long, I sort of built up my expectations. Lucky for me, the way Steve plays far exceeded those expectations. I mean, he's only behind Kirby for me in terms of playtime, which is obviously the most important thing. However, him being a DLC character meant he also brought over a stage, music, and spirits. While the stage also exceeded those expectations, I personally found those other two aspects a bit disappointing. Not having any of Minecraft's soundtrack represented besides the rare achievement jingle was lame, but the remixes they did have are all incredibly good, to the point where I'd actually say this is the second best music set for the DLC, just behind Joker. That leaves the spirits the topic for this video. While not having the least amount of spirits for the DLC, I find only having 9 spirits for a game with so many iconic creatures like Minecraft to be a bit sad. So for today's video, we're going to be creating spirit battles for all 59 Minecraft mobs that did not receive spirits. I guess for those of you who don't play spirit mode, these are all battles that use Smash Ultimate's character roster to try and create a scenario similar to the spirit they're referencing. I should also add when I say every mob, I mean every single mob that has a spawn egg, plus the snow golem and wither. Sorry to you Giant and Illusioner fans out there, I just want to keep it with Minecraft's main set of mobs. Oh, and also this is as of the 1.17.1 update, that's pretty important to mention. It was a lot of fun to try and come up with all these ideas due to Minecraft being my by far most played game of all time, though if you all have better ideas, feel free to let me know in the comments. Since only a small percentage of my viewers are subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you did that as well. Also, I'll do my best to visually show the battles that I'm creating, but there are some conditions that are impossible for me to recreate, so my footage will be close, but it might be slightly off from what I'm saying. But enough rambling, let's jump right into making spirits for every single Minecraft mob for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Before we get into that though, let's discuss which mobs already have them. Now I'm sure some avid Minecraft players were fuming during the intro due to there being more than 68 Minecraft mobs, so let me explain where I got 59 mobs from. While it's true that there are only 9 battles, one of them is the Villager and Iron Golem, meaning both are represented. Additionally, while they don't have spirits, there are a few mobs represented in Classic mode, so we could go ahead and make those their spirit battle. First is the Pillagers, represented by Wario. In my opinion, this resemblance is, well, not that good. This is easily the worst one they came up with. One I did really like, though, was for the Evoker and Vexes. The Vexes are represented by 3 small blue pits, and the Evoker is represented by Robin. I mean, this is pretty much perfect. This might just be my favorite reference they made. They're even on Luigi's Mansion to represent the Woodland Mansions. But then, there's something that's really weird. See, for some reason, the same mob will be represented by different characters in Classic mode and on the Spirit board. For example, the Gas is represented by a giant metal Jigglypuff for the Spirit battle, but is a giant white Kirby in Classic mode. Personally, I think the Classic mode one is way better, so I'm changing that out. The same thing happens with the Villager, where for some reason they're represented by Steve on the Spirit board, despite there literally being a character on the roster named Villager already. This was done right in Classic mode, so yeah, change the Villager to be the Villager Spirit. And then there's the most interesting case of them all. During the Nether round of the Classic mode, not only do we have 2 Kirbys, but also 2 small pink King K. Rools. Now I honestly had no idea what this was supposed to represent. It could be a Piglin, but again, they already had a spirit battle. The wiki says they're supposed to be Piglin as well, however, I'm going to make the controversial move and call these the zombified Piglin. 1, so I can be lazy and not make an extra spirit battle, and 2, I honestly think it fits them better anyways than the normal Piglin. So that means we already have battles for the Zombie, Creeper, Skeleton, Slime, Enderman, Villager, Iron Golem, Ghast, Piglin, Ender Dragon, Pillager, Evoker, Vex, and Zombified Piglin. So that leaves us with 59. For each of these battles, I'll explain what character should be used, what stage will be used, and what other rules will be applied, and I'll explain my reasoning behind them. I'll also give each spirit a rank, and also to avoid repeating myself, every single spirit battle in this video will be in stamina mode. Most of them are already like this in Classic mode, and it just fits with Minecraft much better. So without much more delay, let's finally jump into this. I'm actually going to start with the hostile overworld mobs because funnily enough they were way easier to come up with than some of the peaceful mobs. That mostly comes down to them generally being more humanoid, so first I want to take a look at all of the zombie variants. Obviously, the zombie already has a spirit battle, and since zombie is an actual character, its variants were incredibly easy to come up with. First off, we have the drowned. In Minecraft, these mobs are found underwater, generally near underwater structures. So for that reason, the spirit battle is going to take place on the pirate ship stage. Not only is it close to the water, but sunken ships are a common occurrence in Minecraft oceans, so it fits pretty well. Let's back it up a bit though. The fighter of this battle will obviously be the zombie, however I want there to be 3 of them. One is just standard, however the other 2 are both special. One would be small to represent baby drowns, and the other would be holding an item to represent the drown's trident. There's no actual trident item in Smash Ultimate, so I gave him the killing edge since I thought that would be the closest thing. The only additional rule is that the drown likes to throw his item rather than just using it normally, and it's also distracted by picking it back up. The final thing about this fight is that it would be an advanced or 2-star spirit, since I do find drowns to be a bit more threatening than normal zombies. Alright, 1 down and a lot more to go. Anyways, the husk will also be represented by zombies. This time only 2, 1 standard size and 1 small one to represent the babies. In Minecraft, the husk mob will only spawn in desert biomes, so I chose Gerudo Valley as the stage, though Mushroomy Kingdom could work as well. The husk's main ability in Minecraft is giving the player hunger when hit. There's no hunger system in Smash Ultimate, so the best thing I could think of was to have the rules reflect what happens to you when you run out of hunger. So that means you'll slowly take damage over time, and you'll also have your movement speed slowed, since you can't sprint once your hunger is low enough in Minecraft. Obviously, since these are stamina battles, slowly taking damage is a pretty big threat. Regardless, this spirit will only be a novice, since they don't have the strong trident to make them that much more of a threat than normal zombies. The final humanoid zombie mob is the zombie villager. This was tough to come up with since they don't act differently than regular zombies in Minecraft besides being able to be cured. I was stumped for a while until I happened to replay the Wedding Bowser spirit while getting footage for this video, which had a unique condition that I think fits perfectly for this battle. Basically in that battle you're allied with Peach, however if she dies at any point you lose the spirit battle. So for the zombie villager it'll have you take on a horde of zombies, similar to the main spirit. This time however you're allied with a villager, and if it ever dies, you lose. This would represent of course the villager being turned into a zombie villager like in Minecraft. This is definitely much different than any of the others in this video, but I personally liked it a lot. This would take place on the plains variant of the Minecraft stage at night, as there's a village in the background. This would be a 2-star spirit battle since it's harder than the normal zombie one. Alright, that's 3, let's do our best to pick up the pace from here. The next main monster that they didn't have a spirit battle for is the spider. This is our first major example of having absolutely no idea who to use for this. I mean, there's not a single character in Smash with 8 limbs, let alone someone who even closely resembles a spider in any way. I was stuck on this one for a while until I noticed one character that fits if you squint really hard. That character is Lucario with his Grey ult. Now, why did I pick him? Well, if you count up his limbs, you obviously get 4. However, he also has these 4 weird things hanging off of his head. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a stretch, but it's kind of like he has 8 limbs. Alright, look, I know it's not that great, but you come up with something better. I'm happy with this. Look at that, he's even got the red eyes, just like a spider. So for this battle, you'll face a big gray Lucario, since Minecraft spiders are quite large. Originally, I was going to make the stage one of the Minecraft variants, but since spiders are one of the 3 mobs that can be found in dungeon spawners, I thought the Omega version of the Reset Bomb Forest stage worked here. I mean, it kind of resembles Minecraft's dungeons with the cobblestone and all. Also, the Lucario would focus on jumping a lot, since spiders like to do that in Minecraft. Finally, this would be a novice spirit. Another nice thing about Lucario is that he has a Cyan ult perfect for the cave spider. These guys are found in mine shafts, and unfortunately the closest stage I could find to one of these was the Great Cave Offensive. I mean, it's a cave and it has minecarts, it just unfortunately works way too well despite being a bad stage. Since this stage is so big though, I thought it'd be better to fight 3 Lucarios instead of 1 this time. Also, they'd be normal size since cave spiders are smaller than normal spiders. The final other rule addition, besides them being focused on jumping, is that you'll slowly take damage over time. Cave spiders are infamous for being poisonous in Minecraft, so that's what the damage would represent. This would be an advanced spirit. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the rest of the illagers that weren't used. First off, the Vindicator. These are well known for their iron axes in Minecraft, which means they're very strong. I decided to represent them by Black Crom for a few reasons. One, his sword somewhat matches up with the iron axe, but mostly because the evokers were done by Robin, so keeping them with the same franchise and general art style seemed fitting. Like the evokers, this battle would take place on Luigi's mansion to represent the Woodland mansion. I'd also make there be 3 Black Croms just to represent how there's a lot that live in these mansions. This would be our first ace spirit of the video since they're very strong in game. The Witch isn't technically an illager, but they fit the whole evil villager vibe, so let's go ahead and talk about them. I know that you can give Mies a witch hat, but I really liked the idea of using Purple Richter for this. Yeah, the colors mostly fit, but it's mainly because his down special Holy Water fits perfectly as a splash potion, which are the Witch's forms of attack in Minecraft. So that would be the only attack this Richter would perform. The stage here would be Jungle Japes because it perfectly fits the witch huts from Minecraft. Just to add some more to this battle, you would be affected by a random effect after a while, be it damage over time, slowness, or weakness. This of course represents some of the witch's different potions in Minecraft. Overall, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. This would also be an ace spirit. And that also means that each of the main illagers fit together as they're represented by an anime-esque character. And Wario. Wow. While we're at it though, let's look at the Ravanger. I thought Grey Bowser fit the best here since they both have horns and are terrifying. The Grey Bowser would be made big and its dash would damage you if you're touching it. This would take place on the Plains variant of the Minecraft stage because of the village and Ravagers being used during raids. This would be another ace spirit. Hey, so you know how Pillagers ride Ravagers? Let's go ahead and look at the other two main hostile rideable mobs in the Overworld. First we need to take a look at one of my favorite mobs, the Skeleton Horse. The only way to see these in Minecraft is after a thunderstorm where they have a rare chance of spawning per lightning strike. After approaching it, it'll be struck by lightning, spawning in 4 skeleton horsemen who are wearing helmets to prevent them from burning. This aspect of the mob is obviously something I wanted to capture. The only problem? Who in game could represent a horse? Seriously, nobody's even close to resembling one, just like the spider problem we mentioned before. That wasn't until I remembered Yoshi, since he's a mount in the main Mario titles, so I wrote that we could use 4 white Yoshis. But apparently, there's not a white Yoshi alt in Smash Ultimate. I swear there was, like I seriously remember seeing one at some point, but nope, this is it. This was incredibly annoying as it sent me back to the drawing board. In the end, I went with White King K. Rool. He doesn't resemble a horse at all, but when he runs, he goes on all 4s like a horse. I know this isn't great, but if you all have a better idea, feel free to share. Anyway, this spirit battle would contain 4 white King K. Rools and 4 white Links to be the skeletons themselves. They would be separated into 2 waves, so you would fight 2 white King K. Rools and 2 white Links, and once all of them are KO'd, the other wave would spawn. Just like in the skeleton spirit battle, the Links would only use their bows. King K. Rool would also move very fast, just like a horse. I decided to make this on the Taiga variant of the Minecraft stage, no real reason, I just haven't used it much. I also thought it'd be fun if the only item that spawned was the lightning, to of course represent the spawning method of these mobs. This would also be our first legendary spirit of the video, since they're quite dangerous and rare in Minecraft, and this is one of the harder spirit battles. The other undead mount is the zombie horse, who only made it into this video on a technicality. It's the only mob in this video that can't yet be found in survival mode that still has a spawn egg. Thus, they aren't really that special, and they've always just been kind of a weird mob. I originally had this as crafted Yoshi since they're both equally pointless, but since we did K. Rool for the skeleton horse, I guess we could do the default K. Rool for this. I also threw in a zombie just to, I don't know, give something unique about this. This would take place on the Night Savannah Minecraft stage, and this would be a novice spirit. Now we have our 2 overworld miscellaneous hostile mobs. First off is the Silverfish. I thought small gray Sonics worked well to represent these guys since they're similar in color and sort of spiky. I wanted this battle to take place on hazardless Shadow Moses Island since I think it's the closest stage to a stronghold, however they could go with the Mountain Minecraft stage variants and Silverfish can also spawn there. The main gimmick of this battle is that it will start off with just 1 small Sonic, however after defeating it 2 more will spawn, and after that 3 more will spawn for a total of 6. This represents the Silverfish's main gimmick in Minecraft, where after being hit it will start to call out other Silverfish hiding in stone blocks to come and attack the player. Despite this ability though, it's no more than a novice spirit. The other mob is the Phantom, the by far worst addition to Minecraft. For that reason, Rosalina will represent this fighter since they're both cringe. Alright, I'm just kidding. I think Mennonite is the closest character to the Phantom, though Dark Pit could work as well. Since Phantoms burn in the daytime, this will take place at night on the Plains variant of the Minecraft stage. Mennonite will focus on using aerials since the Phantom is usually in the air. Speaking of which, both Mennonite and you have low gravity, to represent the slow falling potions you're able to make from Phantom membranes. The last thing I wanted to reference is how phantoms spawn when you don't go to sleep, so I made the floor cause you to go to sleep. This sort of floor condition is seen in other battles like Warp for example, so it'd work just like that. There would also be 4 Mennonites total to represent the max amount of phantoms that can spawn on a player at once. This would be an advanced spirit. That leaves us with 3 more main overworld hostile mobs. I'm going to save 1 for a later segment, so let's go ahead and jump into the underwater mobs with the Guardian and Elder Guardian. In Minecraft, these 2 are found in ocean monuments, which are of course underwater. In-game, the Guardians are perfectly square besides their tail, so I thought a blue Kirby could work. The only problem is I really wanted to represent their beam attack in some way. So I'm going to do something that no other spirit battle has done to my knowledge and start Kirby off with a copy ability. I mean, if opponents can spawn with items and such, I don't see why this can't be done either. So this would feature a blue Kirby with the Rob copy ability, as it's also a laser that works decently similar to the Guardians in Minecraft. That would also be the only move the Kirby uses as well. There's no real ocean monument stage in Smash, so I chose the Great Bay stage for this battle. There would also be 3 Kirbys in total as well, just to make it a bit more tricky. This would be an advanced spirit. A lot of this carries over for the Elder Guardian. Since it's much bigger than a normal one though, I think making it a big gray Kirby with the Rob copy ability fits better. There would also be 3 of these guys representing the 3 Elder Guardians found in each monument. Additionally, Elder Guardians are infamous for giving the player mining fatigue, so I thought giving the player slowness during this battle would somewhat replicate that. This being one of Minecraft's bosses, it's obviously a legendary spirit. As I said, we're done with the overworld hostile mobs, so let's go ahead and continue on to the underwater mobs. There's actually a surprisingly high amount of mobs that fit into this category, which I guess makes sense when you had a whole update dedicated to the oceans. Let's start with the OG water mob, the Squid. Actually, I'm going to combine the Squid with the much worse Glow Squid since they both behave exactly the same in game. Why did you maniacs vote for this stupid thing? The Inklings are the obvious choice here since they're actually squids. The dark purple and green alts are the closest to the Squid and Glow Squid in color, so I chose those two. They would focus on using ink attack since it fits with them spraying ink in game. This would also take place on Tortimer's Island and they'd be a novice spirit. Next up we'll do the Dolphin. Shoutouts to my brother for coming up with this one because I would not have been able to think up of anything good. His idea was using a light blue DDD which slightly resembles dolphins and have it spam up special to represent the dolphins jumping out of the water. I think this idea fits perfectly. I'd also add that the dolphins would be easily distracted by items, as if you didn't know, dolphins in Minecraft like to play with dropped items in the ocean. These DDDs would also be slightly small and there would be 3 of them just to add a bit more difficulty. This would be a novice spirit. Let's look at the other land-water hybrid mobs with the turtle. Green Squirtle is an easy choice to represent them, though I'm going to make it a big squirrel for this fight to more closely match the size of Minecraft's turtles. I also think the turtle should have super armor to of course represent their shell, and they would also have slowness. This will not only reference them being slow, but also the very forgettable Turtle Master Potion, which gives their user or victim slowness 4 and resistance 3, a very situational potion. The stage would of course be Tortimer's Island, and I think it'd be nice if Koopa Shell spawned because, you know, turtle shells. I'd hope that had been obvious. This would once again be a novice spirit. One of the newest mobs at the time of making this video is the Axolotl. This was another one I had no idea who to use, so I went to ask my Discord, and then immediately came up with who to use. I felt that Greninja was the closest character to the Axolotl's unique shape, with Greninja's ears, I think? Whatever they are, they match up with the gills of the Axolotl pretty well. In addition to that, Greninja has a pink ult, which is the most iconic color for Axolotls. Unfortunately, his other ults don't exactly match the other 4 Axolotl colors available in Minecraft, but again, if you squint hard enough it works. So in this fight you would go against 5 different Greninja. Pink is the main one, and then there's the default, green, red, and gray variants. They would also all be made small. Their final main gimmick is being able to regenerate health. After taking a lot of damage, Axolotls will actually affect themselves with regeneration, which is what this would be referencing. The stage would, shocker, be Tortimer's Island, and this would be an advanced spirit due to just how many you have to fight, and the fact that Axolotls can actually attack some animals like squids in the game. On to our last 4 underwater mobs with the 4 different types of fish. The most common, cod and salmon, were actually the last 2 spirits I came up with. Obviously, no one in Smash resembles a fish, but while we were scrolling through, we noticed that this ult for Pyromithra matched up with the cod and salmon pretty well. Even though they don't match at all design-wise, I chose them, made them small, and threw them on Tortimer's Island. Also, I made Goldeen spawn from Pokeballs because fish. This is, once again, another novice spirit. A similar challenge applied to the Clownfish. Since these guys are known for being very colorful, I decided to use Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings for this battle. They're probably the most colorful characters in the game, and they could be made small to resemble the Clownfish even further. Yes, this one is still a stretch, but again, who here looks like a fish? This time the stage is actually going to be different though. This transformation at the Mushroom Kingdom U stage looks a decent amount like coral reefs in Minecraft, which is where the Clownfish generally spawn. So this would be their stage, but it'd just be frozen at this part. Again, another novice spirit. That will change though with our final fish, the Pufferfish. This one was actually quite easy to come up with, as a yellow Kirby perfectly fits the round Pufferfish shape. Pufferfish are also quite small, so Kirby would also be turned small as well. One other nice thing about Kirby is that his Nair attacks all around him and sort of puffs him up like how a Pufferfish will grow in size. The final condition of this fight would be you as the player slowly taking damage over time due to the Pufferfish giving you poison. I also wanted to reference the nausea effect that they can give you when you eat them in game, but I don't think there's any effect like that in Smash, so it'll just be the poison sadly. Finally, this would also be on the Mushroom Kingdom U Coral portion, and this would be an advanced spirit due to it actually being able to attack you. Now we have to look at the rest of our Overworld mobs. These were mostly pretty difficult to come up with due to them not being humanoid most of the time. Regardless, I was able to come up with at least something for all of them. First, let's look at the hardest group with the mounts. Since the horse, donkey, and mule are all very similar, I decided to combine their spirits together. I used K-Roll for the skeleton horse, and he does happen to have 3 colors that somewhat match up with the 3 mobs being black for horse, brown for donkey, and red for mule. I also added the condition that these guys are all very fast and can jump very high, something that horses are known for doing in Minecraft. Finally, they'd be on the Savannah variant of the Minecraft stage, and they'd be novice spirits. For the llama, I wanted to find a character that spits, since that's how they attack in Minecraft. However, Piranha Plant was the only one who does this in Smash, and yeah, he doesn't really look like a llama in any way. I decided to go with a yellow Yoshi instead because he looks much closer to a llama and still uses his mouth to attack. That was until I found out that there's no yellow Yoshi. Okay, I'm just kidding, he has one this time. This would be a fight against 3 yellow Yoshis as well, due to llamas usually spawning in groups, which will be a trend throughout many of these peaceful and neutral mobs. This would take place on the mountain variant of the Minecraft stage, since that's usually where llamas will spawn. This would also be an advanced spirit due to llamas actually being able to attack the player in game. While on the topic of the llama, let's go ahead and look at the Wandering Traitor and his llamas because they're actually separate mobs. There would once again be 2 yellow Yoshi to represent the llamas, and the Wandering Traitor would be the blue alt of the villager. This could be on any stage since these guys can spawn anywhere in the overworld, but I chose the Savannah variant because for some reason these guys love to trade me acacia saplings despite this being one of the bottom 2 wood types in the game. Sorry all one acacia fan out there, dark oak wood is the best type of wood. Anyways, this would be an advanced spirit. Now that would have been all the mounts, but I mean, you can ride pigs if you want to. Luckily, this one is super easy, just a me brawler with the pig outfit on the Plains Minecraft stage variant. This would be a novice for obvious reasons. Since we got pigs covered, we might as well do the other sort of classic overworld mobs. For the chicken, don't tell anyone, but I may have plagiarized a bit. See, there's a battle for the cuckoos, the chicken equivalent to the Legend of Zelda, so... In short, this would be a fight against White Falco that has low gravity on the Birch Forest Minecraft stage variant with the only item being cuckoos. Also, this would be a novice. The sheep are up next, and they're obviously known for being able to come in multiple different colors. The closest character I found to them that had unique colors for all of their alts was Donkey Kong. This would be a horde battle with all 8 Donkey Kong alts, but they're also small. The white one would also be the main fighter since it's the most common sheep color. Also, to make this battle more unique, I thought it would be fun if the floor was sleep-inducing. The sheep can't do this in Minecraft, but their wool is used to make beds, so this could work. The stage would be a birch forest again, and this would be an advanced spirit, only because this battle in Smash is a bit harder than the other novice ones. The cow is the last of what I would consider the main 4 classic peaceful mobs of the game. This was definitely the hardest one to come up with a fighter for, but I chose Brown Bowser. The colors match up a bit and they both have horns. Sure, it's not the best resemblance, but it's close enough for me. I'm making this fight against 3 of them on the Birch Forest stage. The only items that could spawn would be the milk and steak food items, just to match what the cows in Minecraft give the player. This would be a novice. The cow's much rarer counterpart, the Mushroom, also needs a battle. Lucky for me, a red Bowser exists, so that would replace the brown Bowsers in the last battle. There'd once again be 3 of them, and the only items that could spawn are the mushrooms, the super mushroom, poison mushroom, and the one we don't talk about because it's super annoying and never helpful ever. The hardest part about this battle was thinking of a stage. The mushrooms spawn on Mushroom Islands, which are distinct for their gray grass and mushrooms. No stage in Smash really fits that, so I chose Omega Magicant because, I don't know, it was the closest vibe-wise. I wasn't able to add in the brown mushroom, which you get from a lightning strike and a normal mushroom mixing together, but since it doesn't have a spawn egg, we're good. Oh yeah, this is a novice spirit as well. Speaking of rare biome exclusive mobs, let's look at our 3 jungle mobs. Starting off with the panda, I was once again able to do a little bit of plagiarism since our newest character, Kazuya, has a spirit with a panda in it. So it would be a big me gunner with a cat head and KK slider suit. As for the stage, I felt Omega Congo Falls fit best with Minecraft's bright jungles. This would be an advanced spirit. The parrots are another mob known for having many colors. I chose Falco to represent them since he bird and had him use 5 different alts. The red one would be the main one, though he would also use default, green, light blue, and purple. They would all also be small and have low gravity. Again, this would be on Omega Congo Falls, with this being a novice spirit. Our final jungle mob is the Ocelot, and a small bee brawler with a cat outfit works really well here. Ocelots in Minecraft are also very fast, so I'd make the brawler fast as well and have it focus on running away from you. I think it would be cool to have you need to defeat the Ocelot before the timer runs out, just to add some more difficulty. Throw this all on Omega Congo Falls and it would be an advanced spirit. Since we already talked about Ocelots though, we might as well quickly talk about their cat counterparts. These would also be small cat me gunners, but it'd be a group of 5 of them and they'd be on the Plains variant of the Minecraft stage, since they spawn in villages in-game. There'd be no time limit on this one though, making it a novice battle. On the topic of cats, let's go ahead and look at the other tameable mobs. The wolf... the wolf. Gee, I really can't think of anyone. Wolf obviously works. I mean, his name is Wolf, after all. Since these guys are found in packs, this battle would be against 4 wolves. It'd take place on the Taiga stage since that's usually where I personally find them in Minecraft. This would be an advanced spirit since these guys can actually attack the player. They're also pretty good at attacking hostile mobs as well, may I add. Next up is the Fox. Gee, I really can't think of it. So same thing here, but this time it's Fox, specifically in his orange ult. It would only be against one, and since Foxes are known for picking up items in game, they would be easily distracted by items in the match. This is on the Taiga Minecraft stage, and it would be a novice. If you wanted to, you could also make a separate battle for the Arctic Fox, which is incredibly rare. It would be a default Fox in the Tundra Minecraft stage variant with the same item behavior. Speaking of the Arctic Foxes, let's go ahead and look at the other three snow mobs. Polar bears are some of the most forgettable animals in the entire game. Luckily, we already had the other bear mob, the panda bear, which we can mostly just copy. Just replace the cat headgear with the KK slider headgear to remove the black spot, and boom, you're done. Alright, well not fully though. I think it would be fun if the floor could actually cause you to freeze, and the AI would be much more aggressive here. This would also take place on Summit since there's actually a polar bear in the background. This would be an advanced spirit. I also decided to throw the rabbit in here since its white variant was easiest to come up with. Since there's a rabbit me outfit, we can use that to be the bunnies. Just make them small and let there be 5 of them. They would also be able to jump really high due to that being a signature rabbit ability and the fact that their feet make leaping potions. This would be on the Tundra Minecraft stage and it'd be a novice. Finally, the last snow mob is the snow golem. Instead of making it one fighter to be the snow golem himself, I thought it would be really funny if we had 3 Kirbys, 2 whites and 1 orange to represent the snow blocks and pumpkin needed to summon the thing. They would also be easily distracted by items, and the only items that could spawn would be the smoke balls since they're sort of similar to snowballs, down to both being generally useless. The floor would also freeze you in this battle as well since the snow golems in Minecraft are known for leaving snow trails behind them. Finally, this would of course take place on the Tundra Minecraft stage variant and would be an advanced spirit. Speaking of transitions, I ran out of good ones, so let's go ahead and look at the last 3 Overworld mobs. For the Bat mob, we can easily have 3 small dark pits. I would also give them low gravity to be consistent with the other flying mobs we talked about before. The hardest part was the stage. I decided to go with Brinstar because it's very dark and cave-like, which are where bats spawn in Minecraft. This would be a novice. Bees were a fun one to come up with since there are a lot of special rules. I think Yellow Ridley fits very well here. It would be 3 of them since that's how many bees can actually be in one beehive at once. They would also focus mostly on using forward air and down special since both of these moves use a stinger much like bees do. They would also be a little bit smaller and given low gravity. Beehives would be the only available item for obvious reasons, and you would take damage over time to represent the bee's poison. Finally, this would be on the Birch Forest stage since that's where beehives can be found and it would be an advanced spirit. Our final Overworld mob is also our newest mob of this video, being the goat. They would be represented by White Donkey Kong, which can jump really high because goats can do that. Their dash would be able to hurt you, referencing their ramming attack in Minecraft. Goats are found on mountains, so the stage would be the mountain variant of the Minecraft world stage, and this would be an advanced spirit. We finally finished that huge chunk of mobs. I would move on to the Nether normally, but since there are only 2 end mobs, let's go ahead and get those covered. The Endermite would be represented by a tiny purple Sonic, since these guys are very similar to Silverfish. Since Endermen don't like these guys in Minecraft, I thought you would also have one as your ally. This would be on the Omega Find Me stage since it's the closest to the end dimension, and due to this being an incredibly easy battle, it's a novice spirit. The last end mob is one of my personal favorites in the game, the Shulker. These guys are generally found at end cities, and they give you the very helpful Shulker shells to make Shulker boxes. Anyways, I chose 2 purple Dark Samuses to represent them here. Now this may be a weird choice to you all, however I chose them because their side special will home in on opponents, just like the Shulker's attacks in Minecraft. That would also be the only thing these Dark Samuses would do. Since Shulkers don't move in Minecraft, neither will these Dark Samuses. To make up for this, they are given permanent super armor, which also doubles to represent the Shulker's hard shells, which are able to defend for most damage. They do, however, teleport in Minecraft, so Aber would be here just like in the Enderman battle. The final condition for this fight would be you as the player having low gravity to represent the levitation effect you receive after getting hit from one of the Shulker's projectiles. This would of course be on Omega Find Me again, and it'd be an advanced spirit. Our final dimension is up with the Nether. Let's start with our biggest group of mobs with the pigs. The normal piglin and zombie piglin were already included, so now we have the incredibly strong piglin brute. These guys are very similar design-wise to the piglin, so they'll be the same, a gold me brawler in a pig outfit. This time though, it will spawn with a killing edge, the closest thing to their axe. Their attacks will do a lot of damage, just like they do in game. This will also be the same stage as the piglins, being the transformation of the Reset Bomb Forest for the bastions. This would be an ace spirit due to them essentially being mini-bosses. The Hoglin will be represented by a pink Donkey Kong and a small pink Donkey Kong for the child. There's not much more to add here other than it takes place on Omega Norfair and it's an advanced spirit. I chose Donkey Kong due to him also having a green alt, which would make him perfect for the Zoglin. If you didn't know, Zoglins are what Hoglins become when they're transported to the Overworld, meaning that the stage would be the Plains variant of the Minecraft stage. There's no more conditions that need to be added, so this will be an advanced spirit. Before getting to the mobs found in the fortress, let's look at the other two mobs seen around the Nether. The Strider is used to ride on top of lava, so I thought Red Yoshi worked well as a fighter here. Additionally, I can't think of any battle better suited for having a lava floor condition, considering walking on lava is the Strider's whole gimmick. I would also make this on the lava transformation of Castle Siege, just to add some more variety. This would be an advanced spirit. The Magma Cube was super easy to come up with since the mob is very similar to the slime, which already has a spirit battle. In that one, you kill a large Kirby, then two smaller Kirbys, and so on to represent the mob's splitting ability. The same mechanic would be copied over for the Magma Cube, but it would be a red Kirby instead of the green one, and it would be on the Lava Castle Siege transformation. Much like the slime, this would be an advanced spirit. On to our final four mobs with the fortress characters. The Blazes first. Yellow Charizard does a great job representing the Blazes. I would also have you fight a total of 6 of them, not only to show how often they spawn in spawners, but also how many Blaze Rods are generally needed to make an end portal. The Charizards would prefer neutral special, and the only items would be the Fire Flower, Curry, and Fire Bar. Finally, the floor is on fire due to the Blazes being able to do that in Minecraft with their projectiles. This would be Ember and Star Depths, and due to this obviously being quite difficult, it's an Ace Spirit. Last up we have the Skeletons, and oh, what's this? It's the last hostile overworld mob I said I would wait to mention later, the Stray. Bet you all forgot about him, didn't you? Or you left a comment saying, I forgot him. Anyways, I wanted to cover him with the Wither Skeleton. The Stray would be represented by Link with the Fierce Deity ult due to the strong color resemblance. Strays only spawn in cold biomes, so the stage would be the Tundra variant of the Minecraft stage. Like Husks, they affect the player with a potion effect, in this case slowness, so you would be slowed during this battle. Obviously, like the Skeleton Spirit as well, the Stray would only use their bows. This is an advanced spirit. The Wither Skeleton would be represented by Dark Link, and also let me just add, I'm really happy how well Link's ults fit with the different skeleton types. Wither Skeletons don't use bows however, so Link here would be solely focused on using sword attacks. Additionally, these guys give the player the Wither effect, a much stronger version of poison, so you would take damage over time. This would be against 3 Dark Links as well to represent the 3 skulls required to summon the Wither. The stage would be Omega Brinstar Depths, and this would be an Ace Spirit once again. Speaking of the Wither, the secondary boss of Minecraft is the last spirit of this video. I was really sad when he wasn't able to come over into Smash Ultimate since the Wither is very iconic. I thought the best character for the Wither would be a giant Mr. Game & Watch, since he's not only the same color, but his ball hands could be seen as the Wither's other 2 heads. Since the Wither likes to float around, the Game & Watch will have low gravity. His forward air is also pretty similar to the Wither's head attack, down to the explosions, so Game & Watch would mostly use that. This guy will also affect you with the Wither effect in Minecraft, so you'll take damage here as well. Now, just to make this even more cruel, he'll spawn in 2 Dark Link reinforcements during the battle. You won't need to defeat them to win though. This is a reference to the incredibly overpowered Bedrock Edition Wither. Seriously, the Java Edition Wither is a total pushover compared to this beast. Even without being able to spawn in Wither Skeletons, he does way more damage and attacks way more. No idea why they felt the need to make this guy so crazy overpowered. Finally, the stage is once again Brinstar Depths, and this is obviously a legendary spirit battle. But anyways, that's it for this video. Are you all mad I didn't say what song should be with each spirit battle? Let me know in the comments. I had a lot of fun thinking up ideas for all of these battles, so if you want me to do this for other game series, let me know. If you all didn't see the last video, I'm using Premiere to edit these down now. It makes general edits harder, but it lets me do much more cool things like the transition scene in this video. But anyways, dry bones for Smash, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.